Welcome back to Retire with a Paycheck. I'm Jeremiah Nolen, and in episode 7, we talked about creating a retirement paycheck with purpose that aligns with your values and goals. Now today, we're going to address something that can destroy even the best retirement plan. That's emotional mistakes. Retirement may be a financial event, but it's also a deeply emotional one. After decades of structure, purpose, and routine, you now face open space. That freedom is powerful, but it also brings a surprising mix of feelings: excitement, uncertainty, and even fear. And those emotions can lead to poor financial decisions that derail your entire plan. Here's something most people don't realize. The biggest threats to your retirement plan often aren't market crashes or tax law changes, they're emotional reactions at the wrong time. Behavioral finance is the study of how emotions and biases influence financial decisions. And while everyone is susceptible, retirees are particularly vulnerable because of the high stakes involved. A single poor choice in retirement can have long-lasting consequences. You don't have decades to recover from mistakes anymore. Consider this. According to Dalbar's annual analysis of investor behavior, the average equity investor underperforms the market by 3 to 4% per year, mostly due to emotional decisions like panic selling or chasing performance. In retirement, you can't afford that kind of underperformance. Let me walk you through the most common emotional traps retirees fall into. First, fear of spending. Some retirees are so afraid of running out of money that they don't enjoy the money they've saved. They live well below their means, deny themselves joy, and miss out on life experiences. Second is panic selling. Market dips are inevitable, but reacting emotionally by selling in the downturn can lock in losses and derail your entire income strategy. Third is chasing yield. In low interest rate environments, retirees sometimes reach for high-risk investments, promising big returns without fully understanding the downside. Fourth is following the herd. Just because your neighbor moved everything into gold or crypto doesn't mean you should. Following headlines or social media hype can lead to misaligned decisions. So how do you stay grounded and avoid these emotional mistakes? Well, first, you anchor to your plan. The power of a written retirement income plan is that it becomes your reference point. When the market swings, you don't react, you revisit your plan. Your safe bucket blueprint gives you that anchor. You know your essential expenses are covered by guaranteed income. You don't feel pressured to make knee-jerk decisions. Secondly, you use buckets to reduce anxiety. Knowing your safe bucket is fully funded creates emotional peace. You won't feel tempted to pull from the market during downturns because your basic needs are protected. Third, talk to someone that's rational. Having a trusted advisor, even a financially savvy friend, can keep you from making emotional decisions. As the saying goes, it's hard to read the label from inside the bottle. When you're in the middle of market volatility or a major life change, it's difficult to think clearly. An outside perspective can be invaluable. Fourth, focus on what you can control. You can't control the market, the news, or inflation, but you can control your spending, your allocation, and your withdrawal strategy. When you focus on what's within your control, you'll feel more confident and less reactive. Let me give you a real-world example of how emotions can derail a good plan. I had a client who panicked during the 2020 market crash and moved everything to cash. He was terrified of losing more money, but by the time he felt comfortable getting back in the market, he had missed most of the recovery. That emotional decision cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars in missed gains. If he had stuck to his safe bucket blueprint, his essential income would have been protected and he could have left his growth investments alone to recover. The safe bucket approach removes the emotional pressure to time the market perfectly. Now here's what I've learned after working with hundreds of retirees. Retirement is as much emotional as it is financial. One of the best investments you can make in retirement is emotional discipline. It's what separates those who thrive from those who constantly worry. And it's why we build plans with structure. not just to protect you from financial risk, but to protect you from fear and emotional decision making. When your plan has clear boundaries and your essential needs are protected, you can weather market storms without panic. You can make decisions from a place of confidence, not fear. So in the next episode, we're going to talk about 3 silent killers of retirement plans: taxes, inflation, and the biggest of them all, longevity. These aren't dramatic headline-grabbing risks. They're quiet threats that can slowly erode your wealth over time if you don't plan for them. But with the right strategies, you can minimize their impact and protect your retirement paycheck. I'll show you exactly how to build protection against each of these risks into your safe bucket blueprint. I'm Jeremiah Nolen, and I'll see you in episode 9.